Hello and welcome back to another video. My name is CJ the Populist New Yorker, and today we're going to be breaking down my 2020 election prediction and comparing it to the actual 2020 election results and see how close I was to the actual result, how many states I got correct, and of course the margins of those states. And we're going to talk about some areas which I predicted very accurately in my prediction, and other things I didn't really see coming, and I don't think many people saw coming as well. So if you want to see more videos like this, prediction videos, commentary, please leave a thumbs up at the end of this video and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell notification. But we'll get right into it. So this was my official 2020 prediction, which had Trump at 248 electoral votes to Joe Biden's 290 electoral votes. The key swing states I gave to Joe Biden were Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, Arizona, and Nevada, I guess, if you want to consider that a key swing state. And some key swing states I gave to Trump was Ohio. I wouldn't consider Iowa one, but the mainstream media did, so we'll say Iowa, North Carolina, Georgia, and Florida. The actual results we could look at here on the New York Times' map because it's, gives more of a breakdown by county and such. So the states I got right, 49 states I guessed correctly. So I'd say that's pretty accurate off the bat. The only state I got wrong was the state of Georgia. And most people who guessed that Georgia would go blue also had other states like North Carolina blue, Ohio, etc. They had kind of ridiculous states going blue. Florida. But I will admit this one was kind of a surprise. In my final prediction, and you can watch it, I'll put it at the end of this video. I actually had the state of Georgia within a point. I had it going plus 4% for Donald Trump, and it looks like Biden is going to win it by 0.3. So I was off by only 0.7% in the state of Georgia in my official margin. So I'd say that's pretty accurate. And again, out of all the states, I got 49 states out of 50. I'd say that's pretty accurate. I correctly guessed that Arizona was going to go blue. The trends indicated that it was going to go blue in 2018. We saw Kyrsten Sinema win the Senate race in Arizona. Polling, Joe Biden has always been up in the polls in Arizona consistently, even early on in the race back in 2019. He always had kind of an edge. Then Trump took the lead for a few months, and then finally, in the final months of the campaign, starting around July and August, it was consistently Biden who was ahead. And though the result was a lot closer than the polls would have indicated, it ended up going blue. I guess I'll make a separate video on my Senate and House predictions as well, because I don't want to really go into all of that in this video. Pennsylvania, I had going, I believe, like over a point or so to Joe Biden, and that was basically correct. The numbers are a little different, but it's essentially the same. I had Pennsylvania going tilt Joe Biden. Pennsylvania went tilt Joe Biden. And by county breakdown, I'm pretty sure my actual prediction got every single county right as well. Which again, if you want to watch that, I'll put it at the end of this video. Of course, if we look at the trends from 2016, nearly every county in Pennsylvania trended more Democrat, particularly here in the eastern part of the state, which is crucial in terms of electoral politics. Places like Northampton County, Lehigh County, Monroe County, Luzerne County went safe Trump, which I accurately predicted as well. Lackawanna County, etc. A lot of these counties that Trump either won or got really close into last time all went to Joe Biden. Bucks County, which for some reason is always a close county, went to Joe Biden by around 3 points. Erie County went to Biden as of right now by 1 point. That could change. Again, I don't really think there's any outstanding vote. I think New York Times just says there is, but I could be wrong about that. The state of Ohio, I actually underestimated Trump. I had Trump winning Ohio by around 4 points. Right now, he's winning it by 8, so I definitely underestimated Trump in Ohio. I got the state right, but I did not get the margin right, so I will take blame for that, I suppose, but I was not too far off in saying that Ohio was going to go red. A lot of people were saying that Ohio would go blue. Let's Talk Elections comes to mind. You have people that think Ohio was going to be a bellwether. That's nonsense. Bellwether states change all the time. The state of Missouri was once a national bellwether for nearly a century. All of the 20th century, Missouri usually voted with the party that won the presidency. And that streak was broken in 2008 when Missouri went to John McCain. and it continued down that path, staying as a red state. It hasn't voted blue since 1996, so it's been a red state since then, effectively. Other states, I got pretty close. Michigan, I said Joe Biden was going to win Michigan, I think by around 2 to 3 points. I was basically correct. I had Michigan going lean Joe Biden, and, that's exactly what happened. Wisconsin was the closest to the Rust Belt states. I also had that in my prediction. I think I had Biden up 0.9 in Wisconsin. It looks like Biden is up by 0.6, so I overestimated Biden a tiny bit. And again, you could check all my numbers with my actual prediction video, which will be at the end of this video. But again, these states, I was very, very accurate in the Rust Belt states. Arizona, too, very accurate. Now we'll talk about some states where Ohio, I think I got pretty much correct, too. Ohio was around +8 for Donald Trump. In my prediction, I had it basically the same thing. Nevada, I said, was going to be sort of close, and I was right on that mark. Nevada was pretty close, 2 to 3 points. That's exactly what we're seeing now. So this tells me that Nevada is definitely going to stay competitive in the future in electoral politics. One state that really surprised me was the state of Colorado. I expected Joe Biden to win the state of Colorado comfortably, but if you had told me Joe Biden was going to win by nearly 14 points, I would have thought that was a bit excessive, but that's exactly what happened. In my prediction, I think I had Joe Biden winning Colorado by 9 or 10 points. This was really surprising to me. And, of course, this comes because a lot of the Denver suburbs trended over 10 points in favor of Joe Biden. So we had dramatic shifts in the suburbs and all across the state. Even counties like Weld County, which are very red counties, trended 4 points Democrat. So the entire state, effectively, has become politically akin to states like Washington and Oregon. And honestly, that seems to be the path that Colorado is going into. This will probably be another state I make in my red to blue series, because Colorado at this point is a safe blue state. I think this election, more than any other, solidified that fact. We saw our incumbent Republican Senator Cory Gardner lose by 9 points. This state is gone. The GOP has officially lost the state of Colorado, if it wasn't evident already. New Mexico, I was pretty close on. Right now, Joe Biden is leading in the state of New Mexico by around 10.8%. I'm pretty sure my margin was around 10 points or so. So New Mexico was kind of on the money. Another area that surprised me wasn't a state, but a district. Nebraska's 2nd district went to Joe Biden by 7 percentage points. In my prediction, I keep confusing the two. No, we'll change this. In my prediction, I had Nebraska as a lean Democrat. It actually came in as likely. And again, if you want to see my scale for how I'm rating these margins, it is in the description of this video. New Hampshire was another state that was a lot more lopsided than I thought it was going to be. Joe Biden winning by 7. I think I had Joe Biden winning by 5 in my prediction. So that was another surprise, a state I kind of got a little bit wrong. The entire state trended dramatically red the same year that Kristi won by like 35 points in the governor's race. Another state that surprised me too was the state of Maine. Not that Maine. Oh, it is getting closer. Funny enough, but not that Maine was going to be competitive or anything. But the fact that, well, I spoke too soon, I guess. Joe Biden's lead in Maine actually was when I started making this video and looking at the results, Joe Biden's lead has actually shrunk. So right now, Joe Biden is up around 8 in Maine. I actually had Maine a lot closer. I think I had Trump only losing the state of Maine by like 7. And that's basically exactly what's happening here right now. It's 8 points difference. So I'm honestly surprised the state seems to be narrowing the more the results actually come in. Other than that, no major surprises. New York we're not even going to talk about because... oh, actually, no, we do have 2 more surprises I completely overlooked. And a couple other states. But New York's results, for some reason, aren't certified still, and there's still 16% in. Somebody should be fired. It's been like 3 weeks. I don't know why the hell. All the other states can get in their votes, but New York can't. Not that New York is like a crucial bellwether, but if I go to the House map real quick, just to show you, we have like 4 House seats. 5 House seats that haven't been called yet. I mean, this is, unacceptable. Somebody should be fired. But putting that aside, the state of Alaska was actually a state that really surprised me. As of right now, Donald Trump is exactly 10 points ahead of Joe Biden. And we could see an odd situation where it gets even closer because there's still some of the vote outstanding. This was something I didn't see coming. I thought Alaska was going to come in as safe for Trump, and that's not what happened. It came in as likely. So Alaska trending more Democratic. Now, that doesn't mean Alaska is necessarily going to become a blue state like some of these other states, but it is kind of interesting. That was something nobody was expecting because, to be fair, not many people are really focusing on Alaska when we're talking about presidential elections. We're focused on states like Pennsylvania, I guess Georgia this cycle, Ohio, North Carolina, not Alaska. So that was really shocking to me. Another huge takeaway that I didn't even account for was the massive shift in Cuban parts of Florida, particularly Miami-Dade, and Osceola County, however you say that. The massive red shifts in southeastern Florida that ended up making it so that Trump won the state by over 3 points. That was something I did not expect at all and was, quite frankly, extremely remarkable. I had the state of Florida within a point. That's obviously not what happened. So a key takeaway right now is that Florida is probably going to be more of a tilt red state going into the future. And finally, the biggest, I guess, shift that I saw was in the state of Maryland, which is an odd state to focus on when we're talking about presidential elections. But Maryland came in a whole lot bluer than I would have expected. Donald Trump doing worse than he did last time in the state with 97% reporting. And what's really interesting, we had traditionally red counties like Tabot County. We had Annapolis County going plus 15 for Joe Biden over Donald Trump. This was a county Trump only lost by 2 last time. We have places like Worcester County, which usually come in over 20 points for Republicans. Well, more like 30. Trump almost won this county by, I think it was 27 last time. Got a lot closer, only winning it by around 21 points. So this is the last state that was really a surprise to me. Maryland trended heavily Democrat. The entire state, the red parts, the blue parts, every aspect of this state got so much more Democratic. And that's one of the things I find really interesting. That Maryland, for the first time, I think, maybe in the state's history, I don't know, voted to the right of Hawaii. Hawaii got a lot redder, or not a lot, I would say, redder than we would expect for a place like Hawaii. You know, on average, voting around 3.5 points more Republican. The only state that was bluer than Maryland, of course, was Vermont. And, I mean, this was pretty telling. I didn't expect Biden to get 66. I had him at 64, Trump at like 30. And so I wasn't too far off in this state either. But ultimately, my prediction, I think, fares pretty well compared to the actual results. You know, not to brag or anything, but it was pretty close. You know, even in the state of Texas, Texas is narrowing up as more results come in. Now, it's not going to flip, obviously, but Trump is only ahead 4.5%. That is very close to how I predicted Texas was actually going to go. And one area I got wrong particularly was Tarrant County. I had Tarrant County coming in as red. It actually came in blue. So Trump's the first Republican to lose Tarrant County in Texas in a presidential year, you know, probably in a very long time. I don't know the number off the top of my head. But other than that, no other real major surprises. You know, North Carolina was pretty close. It was around a point or so. That's kind of where I had it. I might have had it at 2 points. But North Carolina was pretty close, but Trump won it. This was a state a lot of people were saying Hillary was going to win. Biden was going to win. And I kept pointing out that this is a state that oversamples Democrats when it comes to polling. And, you know, my method of keeping North Carolina red based on the numbers turned out to be very accurate. South Carolina was another state that Trump won by around 12. I predicted that. I think I got the numbers wrong, but essentially it did narrow up a tiny bit. But anyway, guys, that is it for today's video. That was just a breakdown of my prediction versus the actual results and where they differ and where they're similar. And honestly, the big takeaway is I was pretty close. So, maybe you should stay tuned and watch more of my election predictions because maybe I have something going on. But anyway, guys, thank you all for watching. Please remember to leave a thumbs up at the end of this video if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification so you don't miss any more videos that I put out. I upload Monday through Thursday, and I want to start doing weekly live streams on Friday evenings. That'll probably start in around a week or so. So stay tuned for that. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.